Hello beautiful people of the internet, this is the all-new MG TRQ 2.0 Comfort 4x2. I'm Nick Scalanok and you're watching CarGuide.PH. It may be a surprise to most of you out there that MG has a pickup in its lineup, and I was just as surprised as well. And in this case, for the MG TRQ, it only comes in one variant, which may sound weird when you consider that most manufacturers, when they bring their pickup, they have a lot of variants, and in this case, there's only one. But there's good reason. It seems like MG Philippines wants to make a statement that they want to provide a very affordable pickup without feeling stripped down. Because if you compare the prices of other 4x2s in the market, they're going to shoot up at 1.6 million. So this one, I'll tell you the price later, but this one doesn't feel stripped down. Sure, there may be things here and there that, could have been upscaled, but I think the overall package of the MG TRQ, and in this case, the 2.0 Comfort 4x2, I think it has reasonable standard equipment. And that's going to be the operative word for this video for today, reasonable. To start the topic of all things reasonable, let us go to the powertrain of the MG TRQ. So as the name suggests, this has a 2.0-liter turbocharged diesel engine that gives out 160 PS and 400 Newton meters of torque. And working together with this is an 8-speed automatic transmission. And also, as the name suggests, this comes as a 4x2. Now that we talked about the powertrain, let's talk about the looks and styling of the MG TRQ. And actually, my cameraman over there thinks that it's a good-looking pickup, and I tend to agree. Look at this very sophisticated but macho-looking front grille with a nice imposing MG badge. And this is where things get reasonable. It comes with halogen headlights. And here on the side, we have nice plastic cladding over here. And down here, we have R16 wheels. And some of you might say, R16 wheels, isn't that too small? Usually they come with R17s. On one end, maybe you're right. But on another end, this comes with all-terrain tires, which I think between the two, I think this is a better trade-off, because this being a 4x2, for those soft road situations, having all-terrain tires is a bigger advantage than having highway-rated tires. So I think that with the R16 wheels, but with all-terrain tires, this makes the MG TRQ have more utility than other 4x2 pickups. Now, going further back on the side, we have a step board over here, and as you can see, it can handle my weight. And just the same, it has roof rails over here. And then we have a sports bar to keep the car looking masculine and sporty at the same time. And then here at the back, if you look at the tail light, I can see a bulb over there and over there, which means that this is not an LED tail light. But it has a rear view camera, so that's a plus. And also it has rear sensors, which is another plus. Now, the interesting thing for me about this, which really shows that MG Philippines really wants this to be a utilitarian kind of pickup, is the flatbed. This tailgate isn't assisted, so it's kind of heavy, but the flatbed liner over here, it's not just cheap plastic, not at all. It is actually painted in such a way that it's textured and it feels very durable. So if you want to load heavy items, you don't have to worry about scratching the actual panel of the flatbed, because it'll be scratching the paint at best. But based on what we see and feel, the paint that they use here is of really good material, so I wouldn't worry about that. Overall, when it comes to exterior, it is actually a pretty good looking pickup. And yeah, in terms of equipment, they could have went LED in the headlights and taillights, but at the same time, it's not like halogen never worked. In fact, as long as the halogen is of good quality, it should suffice. That's why the word of the day for this one is reasonable. But don't worry, it may seem utilitarian here, outside and around, but wait till you see what's inside. Stepping inside the all-new MG TRQ, you can see that because they really want this for the Filipino people, they really focused on the interior when it comes to luxuries, starting with the leather-wrapped steering wheel. So I've been driving this around for a while, and I have to say, this leather steering wheel feels really good on the hand. And to complement the steering wheel, it comes with an analog instrument cluster, and at the center, they didn't give the exact numbers, but in my guesstimate, I think it's a 4-inch LCD display. It is monochromatic, meaning that white text on black background, but I think it fits the black and red theme of the instrument cluster. And then, following the theme of black and red, you can see that the stitching of the leather seats are also black and red. So it gives a touch of luxury premium, especially considering this is their 4x2 pickup that they plan to make affordable. If there's any highlight here in the interior and where they placed it right, it is with the infotainment system. The all-new MG TRQ comes with a 10.25-inch widescreen touchscreen infotainment system with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. It's not wireless. You're going to need a USB if you want to connect to the head unit, which I think is okay. And there is no wireless charging here as well. But I think that was MG Philippines' way of keeping the cost down to make this an obtainable pickup. But where they did not skip when it comes to spending is with the infotainment system. And if you look through the menus, the car has some quality of life things that you can customize. You have eco mode and power mode to modulate the power of the engine. Honestly, in my opinion, I think the way to go is eco mode because it makes the working levels of the engine much wider than power mode. In power mode, it's a bit punchy. If that's how you want it, go ahead. But me, I prefer something really smooth, and that's eco mode. So as you can see, MG really picked their battles with the MG TRQ, putting really good equipment where they can and being reasonable in other areas. I have this seat to my configuration as a 6-foot guy, and I have to say, for a pickup, it has a lot of legroom. Look at that. To achieve this legroom and headroom, that's impressive with the MG TRQ. Which, like what I said a while ago, it really goes to show that MG Philippines wants this for the Filipino people, obtainable pickup truck. And so with the pricing, we'll get to that later. You have aircon vents for the passengers here at the back. And then you have a cubby hole here, no USB. And what I like is, despite this being a 4x2 that's supposed to be affordable, they still managed to put an armrest with cup holders over here. You see this more on higher trim levels of pickups, so they were able to put this here. And because of that, I think the ideal setup of this one is you're not supposed to shove 5 people. You're supposed to put 4 people that are going to be very comfortable with the all-new MG TRQ. To end the topic with all things reasonable, let us talk about the safety features of the all-new MG TRQ. It comes with dual front airbags. It also comes with ABS, EBD, ESP, EBA, tire pressure monitoring system, and hill descent control. So those are things that are a bit more than the usual when it comes to 4x2 variants. And so it's nice to know that MG Philippines is committed to keeping their passengers safe no matter the variant, no matter the trim, when it comes to all their vehicles. So we're actually recording this video before the launch, meaning that we don't have the exact price of this until the launch comes, which you're watching right now. So, as what we were told, the indicative price of the MG TRQ 2.0 Comfort 4x2 is going to be below 1.3 million pesos, meaning that MG Philippines really wants to make a statement of providing a very obtainable pickup at an affordable price with reasonable standard equipment. So, what do you think of the MG TRQ? Do you like it? Do you want to see a 4x4 version of it? Let us know in the comment section down below. And also, if you want us to give this a full review, the CarGuide.PH fashion way, let us know as well. Until then, I'm Nick Scalano. And you're watching CarGuide.PH, and thank you for tuning in.